If you are planning a visit to the most magical place on earth, then knowing when not to go will save you a lot of hassle and help you maximise your enjoyment. Today I'm going to reveal the days you should avoid visiting Disney World so you can escape those overwhelming crowds. By avoiding peak periods, you will have much shorter queue times and have more opportunities to explore everything Disney World has on offer. Discover which holidays, events and days of the week tend to draw the larger number of park visitors, which therefore mean longer queue times and can hamper your experience whilst at Disney World. I'm also going to offer tips and alternative dates for you to visit so you will have a quieter atmosphere so you can really savour that Disney experience. So before you plan your itinerary, make sure you watch this video to the end so you know exactly what days to avoid and what days to visit so you can have the most magical Disney World experience. My name is Sophie from Most Magical Guides, and if you love planning tips and advice so you can make the most out of your Disney visits, then make sure you hit subscribe down below. Also let your friends know I do lots of videos all about planning trips to Disney World, Disneyland Paris and Disneyland, and also do vlogs of my own solo and adult trips to the parks. So Disney World is one of the most popular tourist destinations on earth, and for good reason. You really do feel the magic there. It's so wonderful with so many great rides, amazing food, you can meet the characters, world-class shows. There is so much on offer that you're going to have a fantastic experience at Disney World. But of course, no one likes being in a super crowded park with very long queues. So today's tips will help you visit on those days where hopefully your experience will feel much more comfortable and you'll get much more fitted into your day. Because of how popular Disney World is, there are no real quiet times of the year anymore. In years past, there could have been certain months of the year where it was much quieter. Unfortunately, that isn't a thing anymore, but once you've learned all of these tips today, you will know which days to visit the parks during your trip and also when to avoid visiting so that you can get the most out of your trip. Let's start up with the most classic of all of the Disney parks, Magic Kingdom. When people think of Disney World, they often think of Magic Kingdom because of course you have the iconic castle, you have Main Street, and then you have the classic lands such as Fantasyland. Magic Kingdom is probably the most popular of all of the Disney World parks, so you can worry about big crowd sizes here. The good news is there's so much to do in this park, from rides to character meets to attractions to dining, that it can spread people out across the park. So never fear, I'm going to let you know what days to visit and when to avoid. The peak days you should avoid visiting Magic Kingdom are Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Weekends of course are super busy for locals coming to visit the park, or also people just doing a weekend trip that fits in with their work schedule, and because of this Magic Kingdom is very busy on weekends. And interestingly, Mondays are also a very busy day for Magic Kingdom. This could be because of people taking long weekends, and of course everyone has to visit Magic Kingdom during their trip. If they're doing just a couple of days, there may be other parks they skip over, but you can guarantee nobody's missing out on going to Magic Kingdom. So if you want to make the most out of your time at Magic Kingdom, be sure to visit on a Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. These days are going to be the quietest days at Magic Kingdom, and quieter days mean shorter queues. You're going to fit much more into your day and it's just going to be a much more comfortable experience. Throughout the year, Magic Kingdom also has a number of events such as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. These are super fun to attend. They're special ticketed events, so the park closes to the public and it's only for people that have tickets. They can go to these events. They have special parades and shows. You see characters in costumes. It is wonderful. But during these times of year, it means on party nights, Magic Kingdom actually shuts early. Now many people avoid visiting Magic Kingdom on that day because they feel like they're not getting the full experience because they don't get as many hours as they would on a regular day. However, this could be a massive advantage to you. Because so many people avoid going to Magic Kingdom, it makes it quieter on party days, so you can actually fit much more in. If you happen to have park hopper tickets, I think a fantastic strategy is on a party day to go into Magic Kingdom, and then when Magic Kingdom shuts, park hop to another park. That way you can take advantage of the shorter queue times in Magic Kingdom, really maximise your time in that park, and then go to a different park in the evening. Hollywood Studios is also a very popular park, and it is one of the smallest parks at Disney World, so therefore it can feel very crowded because there are less places for people to disperse. Hollywood Studios is super popular because it has a large number of thrill rides, and it also has amazing themed lands such as Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But because of the popularity and the small park size, it can mean the wait times are very long at Hollywood Studios. But we're going to avoid them by going on the better days of the week to visit. Much like Magic Kingdom, the weekends are not the best time to visit Hollywood Studios. I would avoid Hollywood Studios on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. And just like Magic Kingdom, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays are the best days of the week to visit Hollywood Studios. This is just because all of the weekend people have gone home and the locals may come to the parks in the evenings, but in the daytimes you can fit much more in if you visit midweek. EPCOT is a super unique Disney World park. Not only do you have incredible rides such as Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, Ratatouille and Soaring, you also have the World Showcase area, which is so spectacular. You get to visit 11 different countries all in one theme park. Here you have amazing food, cuisine and entertainment, and because of this it is super popular, particularly for locals to visit. After work, many locals will come to EPCOT because you can get some excellent food, some excellent drinks, and then just unwind in the atmosphere, maybe catch a show. So this is a really popular way Orlando locals like to come and visit EPCOT. EPCOT also hosts a number of festivals throughout the year, so you will have different themed events happening. It's all included in the ticket price, you do not have to pay extra, but there will be lots of food booths where you can try food and cuisine from all around the world. They'll have extra entertainment, and the festivals are just super fun. Because of this, the best time to visit EPCOT is during the weekdays and during the daytime. If you visit then, it will be quieter, you will get much done, and then if you want to visit in the evenings, you can visit just like an Orlando local. That way you can take in the amazing dining, the drinks, the entertainment, and you will have already done a lot of the other rides and things on offer in Epcot, so you can just totally relax, unwind and soak that all up. So the worst days to visit Epcot are over the weekends and in the evenings, and the best time is daytime during the week. Now, if you are visiting Disney World and you will be there over a weekend and you desperately want to go into a park, then Animal Kingdom is the best option. On the weekends, this will be the quietest because this is a park that a lot of people, if they're only doing 2 or 3 days, most likely skip over. They'll focus on things like Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom or Epcot. So if you're visiting Disney World for a longer period of time, you can totally take advantage of this and visit Animal Kingdom on the weekends. Animal Kingdom is a super stunning park. It is really, really beautiful and lush with lots of nature and animals, and also has fantastic rides such as Flight of Passage. Animal Kingdom is a park that tends to shut a little bit earlier than the other parks, so if you are looking for a more relaxed day, or perhaps if you have park hopper tickets, visiting Animal Kingdom is fantastic, and then in the evenings you can either relax or go to a different park. Because weekends are so busy at Disney World, if you are there for a longer period of time, weekends are a fantastic time to have your rest days. I always super highly recommend rest days when you visit Disney World because you do so much walking and you're in the parks for so long that your body gets very, very tired. But having a rest day helps you recharge those batteries and helps you enjoy your trip even more. Some great weekend rest day activities could be things such as visiting a Disney water park, heading to Disney Springs and maybe seeing a film or do some shopping, or even go to the outlet malls where you can get Disney merchandise for much cheaper prices. I've mentioned park hopping quite a bit in this video, and the great news is from the 9th of January 2024, park hopping can now take place any time of the day. You're not restricted to park hopping after 2 p.m. as you have been up until now. This is great news because it just gives you so much more flexibility. Park hopping is fantastic because it means you can fit so much into your days. You're not limited to just being in one park. You can go to multiple parks in one day. If you were visiting a park and you were feeling it's a little bit crowded, then you do have the option to go to a different quieter park, which is great news. From the 9th of January 2024, you also won't need park pass reservations anymore, so you'll have total flexibility with the removal of that combined with park hopper now being available any time of the day. Now you know what days of the week you should and shouldn't visit Disney World, I'm going to also let you know some dates throughout the year to be aware of because they will bring in significantly bigger crowds. Before I book any of my trips, the first thing I do is check the dates. Are there any school holidays or public holidays happening during the time that I want to visit? In the US, there are many public holidays, with some being much busier than others. The key ones you are going to want to avoid will be Christmas, New Year, Easter and Thanksgiving. Not only are these public holidays, but they will also have school holidays, and often school holidays internationally as well. So these times of the year will be very, very busy. Other public holidays such as Labor Day will see an influx of people in the parks, but it will be more manageable than these key dates of the year. The big school holidays that I will try to avoid are things like spring break or the summer holidays. Now, it is worth noting that the school year is different in the US, so they go back to school after their summer break mid-August. So if you are visiting internationally and you do need to visit during the school holidays, the end of August can be a good option, because although there are children off of school, the US schools in their majority have gone back, so it is a little bit quieter. Halloween and Christmas are fantastic times to visit Disney World. They are super decorated, they have special events on, the characters have costumes, they are just so much fun. If you are wanting to visit during these times of the year, then I would recommend visiting in the off-peak parts of those seasons. In Disney World, Halloween actually starts in August. Unbelievable as it sounds, it is true. So if you want to visit during the Halloween season, visiting mid-August to mid-September can be fantastic. This way you're getting to experience everything that is on offer for Halloween, but with much lower crowd sizes. And the same can be said for the festive season. Christmas will start at Disney World in November and run until the end of the year. The closer you get to Christmas time, the busier it gets, with Christmas week being the busiest time of year at Disney World. If you visit in November, this can be a fantastic time to experience the Christmas festivities, but with lower crowd sizes. But it is worth noting Thanksgiving will fall on the third Thursday of November, and that will be a very, very peak busy week at Disney World, so do try and avoid that. Another event to be aware of are the Run Disney events. These are held multiple times throughout the year, and if you are a runner and you are interested in taking part in some sort of like challenge, these can be a really fun thing to do. You get to run through the parks and sometimes see backstage areas, you get a medal, and it's just a really, really fun experience. But because the Run Disney events only take part on certain weekends and they are very popular, it does mean the parks get very busy during these events. Another thing that you might want to check before going is cheer events. There are a number of cheer events that are held in Orlando, and oftentimes the teams will stay at Disney World. In fact, some of the events I think even take place in Disney World, which what an amazing experience for the teams. But because of this, it does mean there is an influx of thousands of cheer groups, and that means that the parks and also the hotels, particularly the value hotels, get very, very busy during these times. So my top tip is, before you click the book button, check if there are any school or public holidays so you can assess whether they are going to be a busy time of year for you to visit, or if you've picked some great dates. I also have a few more top tips to help you maximize your time in the parks. Something that I advise everyone to do is to make sure that you set that alarm clock early and get into the parks as early as you can. Yes, you are on holiday, so it doesn't sound fun having to get up really early, but the mornings are the quietest time at Disney World across all of the parks, and you will fit more into those few hours than you will the rest of the day. If you are traveling from overseas, you're most likely going to be suffering from jet lag and are going to be awake super early anyways. So use this to your advantage and get into those parks first thing so that you can hit as many rides as possible, particularly the rides that get the biggest queues. After lunchtime is when the Disney parks get the busiest. It is also the hottest time of the day. So what I like to do is actually come out of the parks for a little bit of a break. That way you're getting to rest, recharge and get ready for the evening so you can go and have fun. And you should definitely visit the Disney parks in the evenings because it's a totally different experience. And doing this also enables you to skip those massive queues. Because it gets so busy in the afternoons, the queue times raise massively, and where it's also the hottest part of the day, what you don't want is to be stood around for hours in the sun. So skip it all together, come out of the parks, maybe go swimming, relax in your hotel room, have a little nap, and then you will be ready and recharged, ready for the evenings. If you are taking a shorter trip to Disney World and you want to maximise your time in the parks, then you might want to consider purchasing Genie Plus. Genie Plus is a paid-for service which enables you to skip up to 40 rides across the Disney World parks. Here you book one ride reservation at a time and you can join the shorter lightning lane queue. I've used Genie Plus before and it definitely helped me fit much more into my day. So if that is something you are thinking of doing and you do happen to be visiting during a more crowded time of the year because it's the only time you could visit, Genie Plus is a great option. So there you have it. That is the ultimate guide to the days and the times of year you should and shouldn't visit Disney World. I hope these tips have been helpful and they will help you maximise your time in the Disney parks during your Disney World trip. If you do like this type of content and want to know more about planning your own trip to Disney World, at the end of this video I will link a playlist with videos packed full of tips and advice. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.